Oh, okay, he grabbed me. I'm here. Hey, fellas, what? Yeah. Hey, what's happening? How y'all doing? Hey, man, who is this I see on the screen? Hang on now. Ladies and gentlemen, he is in the Hall of Fame. He is one of the greatest linebackers, damn near the greatest linebacker that ever laced him up for the Baltimore Ravens. That damn Ray Lewis. What up, Ray?
What's up, my man? How you doing, my brother?
How you guys doing? My name is Winston Harvey. Today, I'm just helping kind of facilitate the application process that's going on today. We get like thousands of applications every year, so it's kind of a long process trying to narrow it down, see who's going to be able to be in the program every year. I've been looking at applications all day and doing this all day, so I think I'm going to pass it off to somebody else to kind of facilitate this. It's been a long day, so let me grab them real quick and I'll be right back.
Oh, okay, he grabbed me. I'm here. Yeah, that's how you grab a player right there. Hey, fellas, what? Yeah. Hey, what's happening? How y'all doing? So, I thought I'd pop in, man, and say hello to you brothers. McKinley, I think I met you before, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I'm going to talk to you in a second. Lapo?
Yeah.
What they call you for short, Po?
Yeah, Popo for sure.
Popo. Because I ain't going to remember all that. And Brandon, how you doing, man?
Good, sir.
That's a good name, man. My lawyer's name is Brandon. That's a strong name. I know a lot of rich people named Brandon. So that's good. How y'all been, man? How y'all handling this quarantine?
Good. I'm handling it fine.
Yeah.
Ready to get out the house.
This sucks. This sucks to the highest level.
Yeah.
This is pain, man.
Yes.
But you know, I've been taking advantage of it though, man. I've been, you know, I always find the positive in everything. So what I've done is I just decided to make the best of it. I've been trimming down, been in the gym every day, losing weight, you know, staying fly, you know what I mean? Because I'm already sexy. So, you know, all I had to do was just get fly, you know what I'm saying? So, Popo, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. How old are you?
I'm 14 years old.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
I'm in 8th grade.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to high school this next year.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Because when you get in the 9th, all the grades count then. That's towards graduation. Brandon, tell me a little bit about yourself, man.
I'm Brandon. I'm 18 years old. I'm a senior, getting ready to go off to college, into the real world.
Oh, man. What school you going to?
North Carolina A&T.
Oh, that's good, man. I got a dude that was in the mentoring program and went to North Carolina A&T. Graduated too. He an engineer now. Yeah, this mentoring program I got, man, has done a lot for people, man. You know, like my son was saying, that was my son who was talking. And, you know, we get 5,000 applications every year. And we pick a cut 200, 250 boys out of the 5,000 to come to the camp, man, hang out with me, do some fishing, you know, some paintballing, some, you know, a lot of athletic stuff, but then we got a lot of programs, man, to help young people figure this thing out, because what got me started in the mentoring program was my father died, man, when I was 43. And I was sitting at the funeral looking at him, at his body in the casket. And at that moment, man, it really hit me. I said, man, where would I be if it wasn't for this dude right here? Because I had an active father. You know, my dad was in my life, man. And I was trying to figure out, I said, man, if it wasn't for him, I mean, man, what would have happened to me? I just don't know. But I do know that I would not have been who I am today if it wasn't for my old man. And so I said, man, what do young guys do who don't have a father? I said, man, who don't have a father that's active in their life, what do they do? I said, man, this thing got to be a trip, because, you know, figuring out manhood is hard, man. So that's the moment I decided, I said, man, I got to start doing something. When I was on Showtime at the Apollo, man, way back, I used to go to youth detention centers and prisons across the country, just as the star of Showtime at the Apollo, and used to go and speak to young men. And then I bought a lot of land out in Texas, man. I started making money, and I started opening up my camp and my ranch out there, and started bringing boys out there. Now we do it at the Chick-fil-A ranch down in Atlanta. And that was the only way, because I said, man, if a woman is a single parent trying to raise a young man, that's got to be hard. So I said, man, what could I do to make an impact? So I started the program. So a lot of guys like yourself, I get to meet every year to try to help them out. Hey, man, who is this I see on the screen? Hang on now.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, formerly of the Baltimore Ravens, he is in the Hall of Fame. He is one of the greatest linebackers, damn near the greatest linebacker that ever laced him up for the Baltimore Ravens. That damn Ray Lewis. What up, Ray?
What's up, my man? How you doing, my brother?
Oh, that's a surprise, man. How you feeling?
Hey, man, I am good. Look, I got a call yesterday. Somebody talking about you was on here with Jim Brown, and then I heard you was talking about the Browns.
Yeah.
I had to jump on you, man. What you talking about with them Browns, man?
Listen to me, the Baltimore Ravens really is the Cleveland Browns. You took our damn team and went to Baltimore. So I always was a Ravens fan, because they was really the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, good to catch up with you, man. I'm super excited, my brother, like, to see what you're doing, right? Just imagine, and this is for every young man that's on this line, if I would have had something similar to this, you know, I grew up, of course, without a father. You know, I grew up without a mentor. I grew up without someone to give me just the right words, just let me hear it enough. And that's why so many coaches became the people that I look to for fatherhood and leadership and all these different things, man. So I'm telling you, what you're doing is absolutely amazing, my brother. Seriously.
Hey, man, let me ask you to say something to these young cats that's listening.
Yeah.
What would you say to them was a good piece of advice for them to get their focus on manhood, to get it right? Because I know, you know, and this is really cool, because all these young men have the same situation you had. They grew up without their father in their life. So what was one of the key things that you kind of did that helped you get to where you are? Because look, man, you're in the Hall of Fame. You got a gold jacket. You played pro football. You're a great businessman now. Give them something to hang on to at a young age.
Yeah, you know what was interesting, because of my situation, you know, we grew up very poor, very poor. My mom worked 3 jobs. I'm the oldest of 5, and I didn't have a childhood per se. right? I didn't have nothing else to look forward to. I didn't have a meal on the table every night, you know? So God became the first thing that I fell in love with at 10 years old. I fell in love with God. I fell in love with prayer. I fell in love with the foundation of no matter how disappointed I was, I could always come back to my room and cry out to the Lord. Let me tell you something, young man. As a young man, and you all know this, not having that father, let me tell you what it done for me. It gave me a direction. The direction was simple. I don't want to do what he done.
Man,
I never want to go that route. And so I got 6 beautiful kids. I got 4 kings. I got 2 queens, 3 graduating now. But the bottom line is I was not only there as daddy, I was present as a father. I made every prom. I made every PTA meeting. I made every graduation. I was going to make sure I was there. And you know what I really done that gave me an advantage over everybody else? I switched out because all of my homeboys who had everything when they was growing up, they disrespected their parents. They didn't respect what their parents said. So when I was carrying their past for them, I would listen to them talk to their parents like, oh, whatever. My mom is still to this day, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. It's still yes, sir, and no, sir. And so I done the opposite, young men. Like whatever everybody else had or whatever direction everybody else was going, I done the opposite. I fast forwarded for you so you understand it clearly. At 24 years old was the last time you seen me put brown liquor to my mouth. 24 years old was the last time you seen me curse. 24 years old was the last time you see me go to a club. All of that. But I gave it up when I was a child. I was just entertaining it because that was the company I was around. Yeah. So if you want to change your circumstance, you got to find the right people who's headed in the same direction that you're going in. And that's what's always encouraged me to never settle. It's something I just done, Steve, that was really interesting. I just done the commencement for all of Maryland. And one of the things that I said in there, like the good book says, write the vision and make it plain. If I ask every young man on this phone, what is your vision for your life? Because you got to have a vision for your life. If you don't have a vision, then we're stuck in circumstance.
Yeah.
No, we can't be stuck in circumstance. Yeah. We got to take a circumstance and we got to learn how to live from it, which means I was walking one way, I knew the drug corner was that way, so I would go the opposite way. I had on 4 sweat bags. I had on 2 sweatshirts. And I used to run every night 12 to 15 miles. And I knew once I got to the 5th to 6th mile that there was at least 3 or 4 miles where I was going into drug-infested neighborhoods. So I made my run longer to go another 5 or 6, 7 miles just to make sure I would not entertain those type of things. And the Bible, I'm telling you guys this, 2.5 years now, I have not missed a day without reading my Bible, morning and night. 2.5 years. I tell my sons all the time, y'all, we got these phones, but are you using them for the right reasons? These phones got a Bible app on them that keeps how many days you read it, that keeps how much time you spend on games and how much time you spend on actually knowledge. Young men, chase your destiny. It's in front of you. It's not based off your circumstance. Yeah. You're only in your circumstance so you can find the better you out of it. If my father was around, I cannot tell you that I'm the man I am today. It just don't happen, guys, man. So yeah, I always found 3 things you guys got to hold on to. Prayer. Prayer is the greatest thing you'll ever learn. A relationship with God is everything you need. And understand that you got to be persistent in life. And Steve can tell you why persistence is one of the greatest qualities that you always got to hold on to, because life will throw curveballs at you and you got to be persistent enough to keep getting back up.
Ray Lewis, I love you, man. I appreciate you, man. It's important, man, when young people hear from successful Black men.
Yes, sir.
Very, very basic things. See, you didn't tell them nothing they can't do.
No.
Man, I thank you for stopping in with us, man, and sharing a little love, Ray Lewis. Yeah, that's that right there, boy. I love you, Ray Lewis.
Team for life.
Yeah, take care, man.
All right, brother. All right, brother.
Hey, fellas, that was great, man. That was one of the greatest football players I'm talking about of all time. And so for him to stop and join us, man, I thought that was really cool. Popo, let me start with you, man. You got any questions for me? Anything you've been trying to work through or figure out?
Yeah, I do have a question for you. In this day and age, how do teenagers go through manhood and without having a father figure in their life?
You know, man, this is a different time. And that's a good question, because when I was growing up, it was different. You know, for example, if I went in there and asked my mother, could I go somewhere, and she said no, then I just couldn't go. There was no cell phone. I couldn't call them and tell them I wasn't coming. I couldn't Skype nobody and show up anyway. Couldn't nobody FaceTime me and show me who was down there at the little house party and nothing. You just couldn't go. And so when your parents wanted to keep you away from certain things, they just told you no. You all live in a world now where you're exposed to everything. And you can't be sheltered from nothing, because y'all got these computers, man, and y'all got internet access. Y'all got the ability, man, to see things at an age that oftentimes you really ain't even equipped for. And when you're trying to get to manhood, man, because of social media and stuff you see, you know, like Instagram. Instagram ain't nothing but a highlight reel. That's all it is.
Yeah.
They just show you the highlights. They get their best outfit that they ever had. They get the right light. They take 75 pictures and they post the best one. Now you going, damn, man, look how they living. Well, that ain't really how they living, partner. That's just the one picture that they put on the highlight reel, which is Instagram. So it gives a young man kind of a false sense. It kind of makes you think, man, I ain't got myself together at all. Cause you ain't got no highlight reel. You know, man, you living your life every day. You just out here, man, trying to figure out, you don't know why at night you having them dreams about them girls. You can't figure out, man, the best way to get at these girls. What do I say? When do I say it? How do I say it? Oh, man, and then you got videos that come on that show some young dude that's already, he 18, he already got a car. He already got a big house, money spread out on the table. But you see these guys flexing and you start thinking, well, man, this is what I got to do for myself. I got to get myself together. And it pushes you and pushes you quicker than you can go. And it makes you think you further back than you really are. So the difficulty is, and here's the challenge that you have in this day and age. You got to get a real view of what manhood really is. You have to get an authentic view of it. You know, somebody that'll really tell you the truth. Like a guy like myself, like, listen to this, I'm gonna tell you this right here. It take a long time to make a lot of money. Ain't no quick money out here, man. So you gotta understand, and you gotta be taught by somebody older, that it's a process, man. That we all out here, man, in this hustle and grind. That you gotta start by developing a dream and a vision. You gotta start with the dream and vision. It's the best thing you can do, Popo. You got to have a dream and a vision, and it's got to be written. It's got to be on a piece of paper. It's got to be written down, man. If it ain't written down, it's going to be tough to attain. So once you write your dreams and visions on paper and you read it every day, that's how you start the process of having goals and aspirations, something to shoot for. Now, the best way to get to manhood is to find a man that you would like to emulate. You want to find a man, a male figure that you say, man, I want to be like him. Or take bits and pieces from groups of men that you want to be like. Now, if you don't have a father in your life, or you're not active, your dad's not active in your life, this same thing that's a problem can also be a blessing, this social media, this internet. because you can look up engineers, you can look up doctors, you can look up people that's in sales, you can look up people that's in the arts. You can Google people who are that make things, that you can Google inventors. But it's always somebody out there, man, in front of you that you can say, man, I want to pattern myself after him. And one of the key things is reading. You can read stories, man. You know the only books I ever buy? I never buy like novels and stuff like that. I buy all these self-help books. I started buying self-help books, man, when I was about 18 years old. And I bought this book that's out. It's called The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. That's the first book I bought that dealt with the mind. Because all of us, all of y'all on that screen that I'm talking to, we have one thing in common. All of us have a mind. The difference between successful people and non-successful people is what goes on in the mind. The reason a dude becomes a criminal is because this is what he put in his mind. But it's so many brilliant criminals, had they taken that brilliant mind and applied it to something positive, their ass could have been something. But no, they hustlers and gangsters now, and they're on their way down the dark path. So you got to affect your mind. Reading affects your mind. So once I got me some examples, like my father was just my example of what I wanted to be as a man, but I wanted to make money though. And then, man, I had another vision, man. I always saw myself being a TV star. Even though I didn't know how to get on TV, I didn't know how to make money, I didn't know how to get discovered, I didn't know how to be famous. And I just focused on that dream of one day getting on TV. And I started this dream when I was 10. I started mine at 10. So if you, I think you said, Poe, like you 14 years old. See, this is your chance. This is where you start. You start the dreams and the visions now. You know, you ask God, man, what do you want me to be? He'll show you. You have a gift, man. All of you listening to me, you have a talent. You have a gift of some kind. You identify the gift and you do the necessary things to make your dreams come true. But reading is a big part. Read about Martin Luther King's story. Read about Bob Johnson's story. Read about Kevin Hart's story. Read about Steve Harvey doing Jump. Read about the Barack Obama story, what Nelson Mandela went through. There are so many people that you can read about and get inspiration, because what you're gonna learn is all of us that are successful today usually come from some broken type of background, usually come from the dirt. Most dudes that I know that then come up and made something out themselves, they come out the dirt. Like right now, you in the dirt. But the dirt is good though, man. See, that's what people don't understand. If you take a seed and you throw it on the concrete, the sun will dry it up and the wind will blow it away. But if you take that same seed and you put it down in the dirt and you cover it, see, people think that the dirt is burying you. I got all this dirt on me, I'm buried. But you got to look at it in another way. You got dirt on you, young homies, you ain't buried, you're actually planted. And the dirt that's on you provides the nutrients to get you to pop up through the dirt. See, a seed got to germinate, it's got to come up through the ground. And if it don't have nothing to push through, it'll never be strong. So it starts down here, but as it starts growing roots, it's got to pop through the ground. It's got to break through the dirt, but the dirt is the nutrients. And so now once you have that part in your life, all y'all got dirt on you right now, but dog, listen to me, the dirt is necessary. You got to come from poverty to appreciate being rich. You got to come from hard times. You got to be under to learn how to get over. You got to be down to know how to get up. You got to have fail and stumble to know how to keep your balance. You got to be weak to one day make yourself strong. That's what the dirt is. That's the process. So take this social media, man, and try to take advantage of it and find people online that you admire and read their story, man. Get into their background. You know, man, if you look at my background, you'll find out that I really messed up. you'll find out that I flunked out of school. If you really read my background, you'll find out, man, that I had a stuttering problem. If you look at my background, you'll find out that I lost everything I ever owned twice. If you look at my background, you'll find out that I was homeless and I lived in a car for 3 years. See, you got to see, go look at my background. Don't look at me today. I need you to look at me when I had the dirt on me. You understand? Because Steve Harvey had a bunch of dirt on him. But that dirt made me who I am today. That's why I'm so tough, man. That's why can't nobody punk me. Because you coming up against somebody, man, that's been through everything. I lived in a car for 3 years, so what you finna tell me? What I care about being quarantined? I lived in a car for 3 years. I walk around this big ass house. I've been in here for a month, but so what? You know how hard it is to move around in a car? I ain't got no bathroom. I ain't got no living room. I ain't had no flat screen TV. I ain't had nowhere to pee, dog. I had to get out my car to go pee. Well, I had a couple cups in there. I used to pee. Okay. Whole nother story there, but you know, man. So all of that dirt, study people's background, Poe, and that'll give you the inspiration. And find you some men that you admire and then pattern yourself after. That's the best one. You feel me?
Yeah, thank you.
Does that help you?
Yeah, that helps me a lot. Thank you.
Okay, sit tight because I got something for you. Let me talk to you, Brandon. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
A senior in my high school. I was a drum major in the marching band.
Okay. Oh, you the brother. Hey, leg up. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I was student council president for my school, so did stuff like homecoming, prom. I ran track.
Oh yeah. Oh, you talking to the man now? What you run, homie?
110 hurdles.
Oh, you nice, Roger Kingdom. you Roger Kingdom, baby. Getting over them sticks. I tried that. I could run hurdles, but couldn't get no good time on it. You know, because soon as somebody got in front of me, I just started kicking hurdles over.
Yeah.
Oh, you just scoop, man. I used to run a quarter, man. I ran a 400. It was 400 back then, but it was 400 meters. It was 400 yards back then.
Hey, I'm a hurdler.
Wow, that's big. So, talk to me, man. What you got something you want to ask me?
Yes. What advice would you give a young man from a single female household?
That's really my specialty. That's what the whole mentoring program is built around. Because the only young men that I bring to the program are from single parent homes headed up by women. Because women have a daunting task trying to turn a boy into a man when they have no idea what that is. Now, let me say this. Single mothers have done some amazing jobs, man. Now, obviously, your mom has done an amazing job because if you already know what college you're going to, if you've been student council president, you're in track and field, you're a drum major, she has instilled in you a work ethic that you owe her your whole life to. Right. And she gave you life. You know, so when I say that women don't have the ability to turn boys into men, I'm still making a true statement, but she can instill so many other things in you, just like your mothers have obviously done. They can turn you into a good student, a law-abiding citizen, courteous, polite, respectful of women, you know, smart, educated. They can do all these things, and you need all those things. But the question that you're asking, though, is, coming from that background, what's the best way to become a man? And it kind of going to go back to what I told Poe. This part that you're in, man, because you're 18, you got to get somebody to talk to, man. You got to get a man to talk to. You can't do this without it. I'm sorry. See, let me tell you something. See, what happens in the hood, man, with us is when we little boys, all we want to do is be men. Now, we're going to be one of two men. We're going to either be a bad man or we're going to be a good man. It depends on which men have the most influence in our life.
Right.
That's your only option. You're going to be a good man, you're going to be a bad man. You're going to be a worthwhile man or you're going to be a sorry man. You're going to be a good father or you're going to be a deadbeat father. Ain't no gray area with manhood, partner. There is no gray area with manhood. It ain't no, well, I almost became a good father. You have no option. You have to become a good father, because if you know nothing else except you know what to be, what yours wasn't.
Right.
See, sometimes, man, knowing what not to do is equally as important as knowing what to do. So like if you don't have a father in your life and you know what's missing, when you have your first child, then you got to give your child everything that you missed, because you know exactly what that is.
Right.
So, but for you at 18, I got to get you in front of some men that you can talk to, that you can relate to. You got, now, let me tell you what's going to help you, man. Going to college is going to be great for you, because what college does is it puts you around a lot of like-minded people.
Hmm.
Some of my best friends that I have today are the same dudes I went to college with, because we all had one thing in common. All of us wanted something more out of life than what we had. All of us have decided, man, I'm not staying over here no more. I got to get out this hood. I got to find me a way. All of us decided, hey, man, I just ain't finna be regular no more. I'm gonna be a supervisor or something, but I'm not finna do this regular no more. They can have that regular. If you want a regular ass life, just do regular stuff. Just do regular. Don't worry about no A's. Just get yourself a bunch of C's. You ain't got to be in there studying every day, get no A and no B trying to make. Just go get you a bunch of C's. Get you a couple of D's. Get you just enough so your ass can graduate. Then if you want a regular life, you ain't got to worry about college or nothing like that, because that's too much. Just go on and get yourself a job somewhere and go and have a regular life. Now listen to me. There's nothing wrong with having a regular life.
Right.
It ain't nothing wrong with being ordinary. But if you want to be extraordinary, the difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people is this one word that you put in there, and that word is extra. Because if you take extra and put it on top of ordinary, you now have become extraordinary. So you have to immediately start at 14, at 18, at 23, at 29, at 40, you got to start doing extra. Because I think what you want when you're looking for a male role model is you want to find a better way to be. Yeah. So you got to get a male role model. Let me talk to McKinley Nelson, man. McKinley, when did I first meet you, man?
I had a chance to meet you last summer. I was a mentor at the camp down in at the Chick-fil-A ranch.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about your program that you have now, how you started.
Sure. So I developed a nonprofit called Projects with Chicago. And I'm 23. Okay. I know I got a baby face. I got a little bit of it growing in because of the quarantine. But I grew up here in Chicago playing basketball, right? And, at basketball is pretty much everything that we have in the inner city community. If it's not a microphone near you, it's a basketball. And me playing basketball, I met a lot of my friends, right? Realistically, as I got older and I know what's the news to Chicago, what the news of it to Chicago is just news to you guys. It's kind of been my reality. So I grew up playing here, lost a lot of the guys due to gun violence that I played basketball with. And I thought that the easiest way that I could make an impact or to change the narrative of, the way that we grew up here in the inner city was through basketball. So what we did is we set up shop in like all of the worst neighborhoods in Chicago during the highest crime times to get like my peers off of the streets and times they would be in danger. And that's pretty much, what our foundation is based off of. Just it's a nonviolence, it's a mental health initiative, just using basketball as that tool to drive everything home.
So what made you start the program?
Honestly, I went through a down mental health period, just based on trauma and, PTSD, just from losing my friends and seeing things in the neighborhood that, I'm pretty sure you've heard of in Chicago. And I just kind of was tired of losing my friends, right? And I knew that everybody that I gained as a friend, I gained them through the game of basketball. So I just wanted to use basketball to kind of save their lives. I knew that these guys would much rather be in the gym rather than being on the block risking their lives on a daily basis. So all of the times that the guys are on the block, we're now, pushing everybody off the streets into the gym right now.
I think that's really good, man. I think, see, fellas, like I was telling you, Brandon and Poe, there's levels to this, it's steps on the way to manhood. And like Ray Lewis said, your circumstances are the things that's molding you and shaping you for where you're going. Had McKinley not seen and lost so many friends, had McKinley not gone through this mental depression stage, this shock from all the things he's gone through, if Ray Lewis, having not had a father his entire life, if I had never been homeless and lived in a car, if you're not going through any of the struggles you're going through, you can't get shaped and molded. See, your current circumstances are shaping and molding you for everything you ask God for. See, everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. See, so you got to be smart here, man. Hardship is a part of it. Because let me tell you something, man. Being successful is hard. It really is. It's hard, man. It ain't easy. If it was easy, everybody would be successful. It's hard. But you got to do like Ray Lewis said, you got to make a decision that that's the route you want to go. And you can make it. But you got to make the decision that that's what you want to do. You got to get at it, man. You can't sit up and complain about your circumstances. It is what it is. So today, when I'm out in Hollywood and they talking about, Steve, if you do these shows, it's really going to be hard. And if you try to do multiple shows, it's really, really hard. Man, they don't know what hard is. Hard is living in your car for 3 years. That's hard. Hard is losing everything you ever owned twice. That's hard. Hard is not being on a school lunch program. That's hard. Hard is not having a father. That's hard. They talking about we gonna come in here and we gonna rehearse for 6 hours and then we're gonna tape the show for 6 hours. You're gonna be working 14-hour days. Wait a minute, man. Y'all gonna pay me? Yeah. Let's go. Let's do the 8 hours rehearsal. Let's do the 6-hour show. That's 14 hours. I got that. And y'all gonna give me how much? You gonna give me that, how much? Yeah, let's go. Because I was prepared. Everything you're going through is preparing you for what God has for you. So this is what we're gonna do, fellas. I'm gonna do this right here. I really do appreciate Ray Lewis for popping in. I want to thank the friends at Chick-fil-A who help us with the ranch every year. And I really want to thank Coca-Cola for being my most dedicated partners for my mentoring camp. You can't do all this by yourself. I want to do this, man. I want to invite you, Brandon, and you, Poe, to my mentoring camp that I do. I'm gonna fly y'all down.
Thank you so much.
Hey, now, Poe, you got a twin brother?
Yes, he's right here. I'm right here. He's right here.
Bring his little ass too.
Thank you.
Y'all up. So y'all come. Brandon, I want you to come. Now, what I'm gonna do at the mentoring camp is I'm gonna provide you with mentors. I'm gonna give you some men that will take care of you and walk you through manhood. I want you, Brandon, to meet this little dude named Kendall who went to North Carolina A&T, who was in my program probably 8 years ago. He's one of my favorite dudes, man. He was gangbanging. And him and this dude from Chicago, man, they were in opposing gangs somehow, but they fought every day. They was at that camp just fighting, man. I couldn't separate them boys. Well, the little dude from Chicago, he never got on track. He went to college, got in trouble in college. He just didn't stay on the rail. We tried to help, but you don't save everybody. But this boy, Kendall, who was having trouble in school, went to North Carolina A&T. I'm gonna turn him into your mentor because he can help you get through school with some advice. But he's an engineer today. He's a full-time engineer, man. This dude is brilliant. And the camp turned his life around. So I'm gonna give him as one of your mentors, and then we're gonna get you all three of y'all gonna get older mentors right there. Now I don't know when this quarantine gonna be over, but as soon as we can, we're gonna have the program. When you start college this fall, right?
Yes, sir.
You probably got a computer, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, how about this right here? How about from the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation, just to help you out with school? We're gonna give you $10,000 scholarship. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that ought to help out a little bit.
A lot of it.
Yeah, I was 18. I never had $10,000.
Me either.
He said, me neither. I know that's right. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
We feel really excited about your future, man. And hey, man, look, man, don't let me down, dog.
Oh, wow.
Don't let me down, man. Take advantage of this, man. God been listening to you, man. He know what you need. He come through at the right time. So
yes,
do not let me down, all right? And tell your mom, man, that we're going to give her a $500 Target gift card. And
Mom, Steve said he going to give you a $500 gift card.
Thank you. From Target. No, she like Target. That's
Target. He know you like
circle on it. I do. I love Target. I know everybody like Target. We're going to send you to college, man. Let you go and make something out yourself. Just remember to pay it forward, man. When you get there and you make something out yourself, make sure you help some other young man become something too. And also to McKinley, we're going to give you a Project Swish. We're going to give you $10,000 from the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation to keep your program rolling, man.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate y'all, man. I love the work you're doing, McKinley, man. You're a cold little soldier, man. And we just want to support the good work you're doing, man. And just know, man, you got people watching you and really proud of your efforts, okay?
Appreciate you. Thank you.
And also, Pooh and his brother, we're going to give their mom a $500 gift card. And we're going to give you guys brand new computers also from the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation. And so all of us, I'll see y'all this year at the mentoring camp. And we're going to get out, man. We'll fly on in there and keep it pimping. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Uncle Steve. Thank you, Uncle Steve. Oh, my gosh.